Guten Morgen, meine Damen und Herren. Willkommen! I just got back from Berlin. I'm seeing family, hanging out with my friends who are also doing their PhD. A little fun in between. If it's your first time here, mein Name ist Xanthe. My name is Xanthe, the feral academic, and welcome to the feral academic movement, where we are honest, feral, and anti-bullshit. Today, we are discussing what do you do when your university support is failing you? This has been a topic that is on my mind because I'm thinking of a friend in particular. And when I say friend, I do mean friend. It's not that situation of like asking for a friend, but it's me. This is from the experience of a dear friend who I feel like has been very, 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 very wronged by the well-being office, supervisor, mentor. She's such a trooper for going through all this. So if you are in this position where you feel like you have nobody to turn to, this video is for you. The idea of a supervisor, a great supervisor, is supposed to be that they are not there to tell you what to do because you are an adult. You're your own person. You don't always have to agree with them. However, they are there to be a support system. As someone who has gone through the PhD, offer recommendations on what you should focus on and how to make you a better academic. Your PhD parents, hearing the way that their supervisor treats her is very unavailable, does not email her back ever. And when they do meet, all they do is give negative feedback. They make things worse. Instead of offering tips or encouragement, they're just like, oh yeah, this isn't working. And I think you need this because there's no hope of you getting through this. Then you usually have a mentor set up for you that is supposed to be an unbiased person that can support you if the supervisor is unable to offer certain feedback that you need. This mentor of hers is also useless. They also said, well, you should go to your supervisor because they know what they're doing. Clearly, they do not. That's the context. Let's get to the point. If you're in this position, what do you do then? First of all, if you can afford it, please get some mental health support, some proper ones. I do not know how you feel about mental health services, but I feel like they should be required for PhD students. The systemic issues that the university has for PhD students in particular, they run so deep and they're so harmful. See if you can find affordable services for students. So I'll provide some links, whether you're in the US or UK. This is a personal opinion. I would not rely on the university mental health services because they're temporary. They usually only allow 7 sessions. And it's like, so I'm supposed to be better in 7 sessions. If you have a disability, you can apply for a reasonable adjustment program. And that offers you resources for people to be more understanding about your access needs. They can also seek out coaching for you, which has been life-changing for me, is the provided coaching. Have a mental health support in place. Now we can think about the academic support that you can find. If you have friends, some of them are ahead of you in your degree program, just tell them, hey, I feel totally lost. I'm not getting the support from anything at the university. Ask them for help. See if they can recommend ways that are suited to what you're struggling with, whether that be like improving your writing style, organization, body doubling, online body doubling if you need somebody to hold you accountable. Your peers are the best support system you can have because they're in it with you and they understand most of all what you are going through. For example, I am trying to improve my writing style because I did not come from an academic world, and I came from industry, from writing about films and etc. And I need to learn how to develop my academic voice. So I have friends that are very academic. They were so kind to give me books on how to find my voice, find my academic voice. Your friends are not just there to be social communities. You can have them be a part of your work life too. Some people work better solo, but I would say there is a value of working with your peers because let's say you're too busy. A lot of us PhD students are too busy to hang out. When you're reaching the end of your PhD, you're not going to have as much time. But a way that you can keep in touch with people is to say, hey, I I know I can't hang out and have fun, but what if we meet up and just work together? We can have a break, a 15-minute break, and then you can chat. Universities and people do not realize that when you receive these orientation forms of like, how can you get support? Your friends, your people. And it really, really breaks my heart how common this experience is that my friend is going through. There are people that have gone their entire PhD programs with supervisors or mentors that could care less about them. Ooh, just like the thought of it triggers me. I'm just like, "Arr!" Maybe you're like, well, if it's really bad, why don't they change their supervisor? And it's like, you know why? Because they make the process so long and difficult that it's not even worth it at that point, because you spend, 6 months trying to get your supervisor changed, trying to get help from the well-being office, and all of that energy and back and forth emails and paperwork you have to process with nowhere to go because it's stuck behind some wall, some metaphorical wall that they have to jump through all these different people. You just spent 6 months not focusing on your thesis. And that's another systemic issue. You're putting students in an impossible place where they have to choose between their thesis, productivity, or getting better help. And you know what? That's not easy because some of us are self-funded. Some of us are trying to manage jobs, social lives, and relationships, even more so when you have a family with you while you're pursuing a PhD. You need to brace yourself that you will get stressed. That is not an if, that is a when. If you're in the middle of your PhD or even at the beginning or even towards the end, I want you to sit down, write down a support resource plan for yourself. When you need it, turn to it. Mental health services professional, do not rely on the university. I am telling you now, do not rely on the university. Find student affordable mental health professional services. Like, write down a group of friends that you really trust, that you can vent to, that you can lean on because you admire a certain aspect of them, their organizational skills, their ability to write, their ability to plan. See what their strengths are and ask them, how do you do it? Do you have family or friends that you want to vent to and keep in touch? Even if it's just an hour a week, have a life outside of the PhD. Choose a rest day. If you work Monday through Sunday, if you work 25 hours a week, we'll say 25 hours a week on your PhD, you will not survive. I don't care what you say. If you're the most productive person, you need to have a rest day. And if you can have 2 rest days, that's even better. Treat the PhD like a job. And when you have a job, you're not working every single day. I would really like to hear how some of you have managed to gain support that are outside of the traditional university support. I hope this was helpful. If you're going through it, just know that you are amongst a group of people that are feeling the exact same way, and you are not alone. That's it for now. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe if you want to keep in touch. I would sincerely appreciate it. Hit like on this video. Have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening. I am sending you love, hugs, and legal drugs. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Freunde. Dankeschön. Vielen Dank. Tschüss.